What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Book is entitled Lessons from a Non-Custodial Father at Amazon, Kindle, and Create Space. The link will be in the description box below as usual. Go get it. PayPal link there also asked me to put it up, so I put it up. Thanks everybody for supporting. This video is entitled, Is it wrong to still put God first? Saw something, reposted it a long time ago. Guy was talking about being faithful to God even before his wife, no matter what she does. And I thought about this. You know, as you get older and life comes at you, I went from being a kid who was raised around very spiritual people in church to being around a bunch of people who was also raised by those very people and watched them be screw ups, to a person who became spiritual, to a person who became so 10 toes deep in a rat race to the point where I didn't put God first. Now, and what I mean by that is I didn't pray every day. I didn't pray before I ate, right? I didn't say thank you for waking up in the morning, you know. And praying every day, not so much of a big deal to me. Praying before I eat, still not so much a big deal for me. But to not say thank you for letting me wake up this morning, I think that's a bit extreme, even for me. Because, you know, I know there's a God out there. Now, it don't have to be, you know, some of y'all get caught up in, you know, Christianity, Islam. I'm not. Whether, even if you're into African religions, go ahead, have at it. But I'm just talking about a connection, quote unquote, with God or the universe. Like we're not. Life is a precious thing. Life is a blessing, and to act like it's not because of certain circumstances, I think is spoiled. And I've been spoiled, you know. Compared to some people in America, I live pretty good. Compared to some people around the globe, I live pretty great. Not you know, even taking into consideration America, racism, history, and all that other stuff. I'm not the first person to have to deal with trials, tribulations, and adversities. And I don't think it's wrong to put God first. You know, because even as a person who's spiritual, I realize that what ends up happening when you're doing good, you're not you forget about God. When you're doing bad, you want to hold on to God. So you can't be God's fair weather friend. You know what I'm saying? You can't, you know, I believe in you, you know, when I have a dream and nothing. But if I realize my dream, I'm a little bit too busy for you. I got things to do. Nah. Now, the one thing I can say, I still have a moral compass for right and wrong. And I'm not a person who is bent on doing wrong. I don't think it's fun. I don't get any pleasure out of it. I think it's downright despicable. And I still like that about myself. And don't get it twisted when I say what I'm about to say. My compass for right and wrong does not mean I won't break your face. Because sometimes if you do so much wrong, you deserve to catch these hands. Period. You read any religious book? No God said you couldn't catch these hands. You keep playing games, you can catch these hands. Holy hands, if they be that. But still put God first. Like, you know, family relationships, friend relationships, intimate relationships. As I aged, I realized that, first of all, relationships and people aren't promised. and I've said it numerous times in numerous videos, my best friends are dead. So I realized what it's like to go out in the world without a personal connection with your closest people, with people who care about you, with people who love you, with people who understand you, with people who are willing to ride with you through the good and the bad. I don't have that anymore, right? So I get it. And some people, I think, take for granted that they have people like that around them. So, and that's the same as having a relationship with God. Like, you know, there are situations that we've all been in life that worked out for our benefit. And we may have worked hard. We may have done some of the best things. We may have put ourselves in the best positions. But we got certain breaks and certain opportunities that have a miraculous or angelic type feel to them. And that means God's looking out for you, right? You know, you survived some things that other people didn't. Probably for a reason, you know? And I think sometimes we take that for granted. And what I meant by, you know, relationships with family, friends, and say significant others is sometimes you know, you could be faithful to people who are not going to be faithful to you. Your family may be family as far as blood, but they still may be opportunists. Your friends may be friends because of your relationships, but they still may be opportunists. Your significant others may be quote unquote lovers of you, but maybe they're just lovers of an opportunity. And you can't be faithful to people like that. And when I look into society, a lot of people ain't really down. A lot of people don't really care about you. A lot of people don't really, a lot of people are users of other people. And when they can't use you no more, they done. Or if they feel like they gotta know, they're done. Or they, you know, they're faithful to what they get from you and they're not faithful to you. And I thought about it like, man, you know, I remember that scripture, you know, don't put your faith in man. And I remember all of the stories that I read in the Bible where sometimes it worked out well for some people, sometimes it didn't. But the test is, were they faithful into the end? You know, and that's the question. You know, could you still put God first under certain circumstances? Because life is going to challenge you. Life is going to make you say, man, what the you doing to me? Now, I've had those moments. You know, I've been on in my quiet spaces by myself, doing certain things, and I'd be like, seriously, God, this is what we doing? Like, this is what we doing? Like, seriously? Again? Like, I thought I learned the lesson. Like, no, I didn't? Or we just, I'm getting extra I'm getting extra credit? You know what I'm saying? But part of the lesson was, and I've always realized this over time, is if you trust in God, you might not get what you want when you want it, but when you get it, it's going to be right on time. They always say, God don't come when you call, but he's always on time. Sometimes you need to trust the process that if you put God first, God will put you in a position to enjoy your best life at the best time to enjoy it. You'll be most prepared for. And I'm not just talking about a blessing financially, but I'm talking about mentally. I'm talking about spiritually. I'm talking about physically. And, you know, then we talk about like financially. I think sometimes we're so concerned about having everything. And I've said this numerous times that in life you can have everything you want, but you're not going to have it all at the same time. Sometimes we got to take into consideration that, you know, if God can't trust you with the little things, he can't trust you with the big things. And that's why it's a process. And it's a process not only for God, it's a process for you. The question is, can you put God first? can you still put God first? And the crazy part about it is, I think to a degree, some of us are so jaded in life that, we can't put God first on anything. And even if you're an atheist, you don't believe in anything, cool, but do you believe in the process of hard work? Do you believe in the process of putting good out into the world and good coming back to you? Or it's just everything's happenstance and anarchy? And, that's the question. But I'm done with this one. Like, share, subscribe. Catch you on the next one. Peace.